My name is Marshall Kelly, and this is Ezra Kelly, and we are identical transgender twins, and we're going to be talking to you about our queer experience. Yeah, it's like we knew, but we just didn't know what it was.
With being gay too, though, you know.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought I was a lesbian for 1 month, and then I came out as non-binary.
Okay, yeah.
Or I thought I was pan and then a lesbian.
Mm-hmm. Because we came out when we were 16 to each other as queer, but not as trans or anything. Just that we weren't straight.
Our friends at lunch were asking us.
Yeah.
And everyone else thought that we were gay, so that's why they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "What?" And so they were asking us if we would date a trans boy, and we were like, "Yeah, but that doesn't make us queer." And they were like, "Well, would you date a girl?" And we were like, and you were like, "Yeah, if I liked her." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Good point.
So we were 16 and we were juniors in high school, and then basically from there, it was not even long after that, we both kind of just started dating girls, and we had never really dated anyone before.
I didn't really date girls
in
person.
I guess, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
With just the whole queer experience, high school was definitely sort of weird just because everyone thought we were gay since we were born, so, and we couldn't figure it out. It wasn't even something where we knew that we liked girls. We always wanted to be boys. We would always talk about that, but we didn't know that we liked girls. Not long after, then Ezra came out as non-binary, and I had never heard of someone being non-binary, so then Ezra taught me a lot about that. And pretty much the beginning of you coming out, it was I felt the same way, but I didn't understand everything. It was I wanted to have a full understanding of what it meant, and I was unsure of if I felt I was non-binary, or if I still felt I just wanted to fucking be a man or what. So it took me a year and a couple months after Ezra came out until I came out as non-binary.
Well, someone from our school had come out to me as non-binary, and that's how I found out what it was. But then I just found more stuff on Tumblr, and that's
yeah.
So I just was I just put it in my Tumblr bio.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Weird, right?"
After we came out, it was for Ezra, it was a little bit harder, I think, just because a lot of the people that we were around at the time had never really heard of that or anything. We, worked on, educating the people who didn't understand it, and, then we met a lot of people who did understand it, who also identified the same way.
I feel once I came out to you, then it made it a lot easier for me than, if we were explaining it to someone. It made it an easy spot for me to do that because I had, my twin next to me,
yeah.
Regardless of how you were identifying.
And even when we were hanging out with new people or something, I would explain before we even met up in person. I'd be this is how Ezra identifies.
I didn't even know that.
A lot of people were kind of uncomfortable with even referring to me with she/her pronouns or anything because they knew that Ezra didn't identify that way, and everyone kind of knew that I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. We still looked the same, and then I finally just was fuck it, dude. I don't really. There's no point in me questioning myself for any longer, so I'm just gonna fucking do it, and just start using they them pronouns and identifying as non-binary, which ended up being perfect because I still feel that way. I still feel I was supposed to be a boy. I just feel I'm supposed to be more masculine.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But I don't know, then we started testosterone just a couple weeks after I came out. Ezra started a couple weeks before me.
When, after I came out, shortly after that, I was just just so you know, I'll believe you if, you feel this way.
Yeah, because, that's something that made it really hard was just because you don't want people to think that you're just doing this because your twin is doing this. But, we both don't feel that way. You know?
Yeah, and I was just making sure that you remember that I know. I was nervous, sort of, to tell you, not because I didn't think that, I knew that you would eventually get it, but I didn't know how you would at first. But I just was this is all weird. Yeah. So I just wanted you to know that, if you felt that way, I was just going to be love ya. And
yeah,
that's, what you did, too. I decided to go on testosterone, and that was a hard decision for me.
It wasn't hard for me at all. Ezra was like, I'm starting tea. I was like, me too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm setting up my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Decided I was gonna start tea. I was like, because I was doing it because they told me I could get my top surgery if I got on tea for 12 months. So I was like, and that was like right after they came out.
Yeah. With like our career experience and everything, like ours has been a lot different than other people's just because we had someone else to do it with the whole time, like from birth. I always had someone who like understood how I was feeling, or like even when Ezra came out to me and I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, I still like understood like what they were saying, like when they would explain it to me, and I'd be like, because I felt the same way.
Yeah, it's just like
it's
weird.
Like being on fucking acid, you know, like you just feel the other person, like you can just like, you know what everyone's feeling. It's like, that's just what it's like being twins.
Yeah, and then when you're twins on acid, it's insane.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah. We felt like very like protected almost, you know. It's like I always have someone else who will like be there for me and protect me in this situation, you know, like where I might need it and stuff, or like stick up for me and like explain things to people for me. Even
I didn't even come out to my parents.
Yeah.
And they were like, why are you calling them that? And they were like, that's the name and pronouns they prefer. I remember hearing that from my room. I was like, sweet.
Like,
so in some ways it makes it easier because you get really pissed off
for the other person. Like if you're in a situation where someone like misgenders you and you're like too scared to say something, like
the other person's like, yo.
Yeah, like, that's like made our career experience like a lot different than a lot of other people, obviously, because we're twins. Like just like being a queer person, like and like having like a solid community around us, like you do like in Lansing, like especially for us on the east side at least. It's not like being anywhere else. There's so many people who feel the same way as you, or so many people that like will understand. There are a lot of people that will understand you. You just have to be in the right place, and not that everyone shouldn't. We're like really, really lucky for where we are, and that
all the understanding people and loving and just like people that are just empathic and willing to understand and learn new things.
I mean, like for us, like our career experience isn't necessarily like a difficult thing. We just look like white kids, 16-year-old white kids. When we go places, people don't just like think that we're anything other than just boys.
It's protective. I feel protected.
Yeah, so like we're like super privileged.
Yeah, we have a lot of privilege and feel protected just for the way that we look.
Our career experience has been as a team instead of like isolated. Like for us, it was like we always had at least one person that we could do that with.
I felt isolated and alone and separate from everything, including you at one point. Like it got to like throughout life before I came out or understood my own identity. I just like slowly, like we were very, very one thing, and then like I just was slowly like separating from that. Through our queer experience and coming out, I feel like I felt like a unity. Like not that we were ever actually all the way apart, but like it came all the way together, full cycle as one. It made me understand more the importance of connection and connection to reality, connection to what's happening around you, and to what like privileges you have and what it means to have someone by your side.
Most people don't have like an actual permanent person because, you know, like even like if like your like parents or some of your friends like feel permanent to you, or like your partner, like it's so possible for you to be separated at some point, and like for us that's just not even a possibility. Like
Though we tried.
Yeah. And so I feel like our career experience has been very different than a lot of people's, and also like we're just very lucky to have each other and to like have someone to go through everything with, and like to like go through our transition when neither of us have top surgery yet, and like we've been in positions before where like it felt like one of us could get top surgery, but that's not enough. Like if it's only one of us, then we're not doing it.
It's
we have to do it together. Also like through like our queer identities and everything, like it's made it so that we can connect with people that maybe we couldn't have connected with, and that we like make things in a different way because we can like speak on like us being queer and like our experience like through like our art and our music and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I don't even know what the fuck we would be talking about if we didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know? Like
literally.
it's like everything we write about like has something to do with our queer experience.